Hey Cowboys Nation, let's go for another round of news from America's team. Watch until the end so you don't miss any news and sign up to stay tuned for everything that comes out about the Cowboys.
Proposed Cowboys trade sends former Pro Bowl RB to Dallas. The Dallas Cowboys have added new blood to their RB group, but they're being linked to a former Pro Bowler as well. While Ezekiel Elliott is back in Dallas, the RB group still isn't considered one of the best groups in the NFL. That's where Miles Sanders comes in. The Carolina Panthers running back is entering year 2 in Charlotte, but 2023 was one to forget. Now that Carolina has drafted Texas RB Jonathan Brooks, Blogging the Boys writer Jess Haney thinks Sanders could be a potential move for Dallas. Yes, they re-signed Ezekiel Elliott, but he's here to be a role player and not the big dog on the depth chart again. With Rico Dowdle's lack of experience and Royce Freeman's poor history, the competition needs more to feel like there can be a true winner, Haney wrote on May 2nd. But if Dallas does want to add at least one more consequential running back to their 2024 mix, Sanders may be one of their best remaining opportunities. Moving for Sanders or any running back isn't necessary, but Dallas should be looking to improve. If Sanders is being iced out in Carolina, Dallas could buy low after his disappointing 2023 season. Sanders with Panthers after Eagles stint. Most Cowboys fans need no introduction to Sanders after his prominent role with the Philadelphia Eagles. While Jalen Hurts has the most important rushing role in the Philadelphia offense, Sanders was just as critical. According to Pro Football Reference, Sanders totaled 1,000-plus yards from scrimmage in 3 of his first 4 seasons. 2022 was an anomaly, as Sanders did not cross that mark or find the end zone that season. But after a rough 2022, the former Penn State standout rebounded in a big way. Sanders totaled 1,269 rushing yards and 11 touchdowns, making the first Pro Bowl of his career in Philadelphia. That set up a sizable payday from Carolina, who handed him a 4-year, $25.4 million contract. But as mentioned above, the move to the Panthers has not panned out as things stand. Sanders had a shoulder injury to work through, but was still able to play 16 games. The problem was that fellow Panthers RB Chuba Hubbard took advantage of his opportunities. Instead of leading the Panthers, Sanders only started 5 games. He finished the season with 586 yards from scrimmage and 1 touchdown. Cowboys can afford Sanders. While Sanders signed a fairly big deal for an RB, the yearly cost is affordable. According to Spotrac, Sanders is set to make $6.22 million in salary and bonuses in 2024. Dallas technically only has $5.25 million in cap space this season, but that's not accounting for cuts or other roster changes. Sanders would be costly in terms of typical RB costs, but it would provide Dallas with a RB who wants to lead. Elliott, Rico Dowdle, and Royce Freeman are not in the position to be the top guy. It would be a risk, but the Cowboys likely wouldn't have to give up much in the trade. After last season and the addition of Brooks, Carolina would probably appreciate the chance to get Sanders off the books. Cowboys urged to reunite with 5-time Pro Bowler in free agency. The Cowboys draft is behind them, along with their rather uninspiring foray into free NFL agency, but there is still a chance to do some shopping before things get serious when OTAs and training camp get underway in the coming weeks and months. One such move could be to bring back a familiar face who, strangely, has not been able to find a job this offseason. That would be cornerback Stephon Gilmore. The cornerback, who was a season saver last year when he was acquired by a trade in March, then teamed with corner Darren Bland to make up a potent cover tandem. Even after star corner Trevon Diggs went out for the season with a torn ACL, Bland is back to see if he can repeat the magic of last year, when he had a league-high 9 interceptions and a record 5 pick-sixes. And Diggs is back and expected to be healthy for the start of the 2024 season. That's why the Cowboys let Gilmore walk in free agency. But since no one has picked him up, and because the Cowboys could always use depth in the defensive backfield, there is some logic to running things back with Gilmore in 2024. Stephon Gilmore was big in 2023, that's the thinking at Blogging the Boys. In an article titled, 3 Post-Draft Moves the Dallas Cowboys Should Make to Complete Their Roster, the Post suggests that, along with adding veteran defensive lineman Calais Campbell, the Cowboys should also trade for running back Javonte Williams of the Broncos, and yes, bring back Gilmore. Trevon Diggs' return from his season-ending injury is a concern, one that running it back with Stephon Gilmore would eliminate. Adding him back to the mix with Diggs, Darren Bland, Jordan Lewis, and rookie Kalen Carson would give the Cowboys 5 versatile CBs to make their secondary scary good this year. The site wrote this week, Gilmore is 33 and has 12 years of NFL wear and tear on him, which includes a shoulder injury that he tried to play through back in January. He subsequently had surgery on the shoulder, though he should be ready for the start of the 2024 season. Despite all that, Gilmore has shown he can still be a shutdown corner. He allowed a passer rating of 82.7 when balls were thrown his way, which is the highest of his career but still a dependable number for a starting corner. As a team, the Cowboys allowed an 84.3 passer rating, which was ninth best in the NFL. Cowboys have Darren Bland, Trevon Diggs in 2024, and let's not forget who Gilmore is. In his career, Gilmore has amassed 5 Pro Bowl appearances, 2 first-team All-Pro selections, a Super Bowl ring, and a Defensive Player of the Year award to his credit. He is a star corner and one of the league's most credible veterans. No matter who the snaps played out among Bland, Diggs, and Gilmore, it would be an imposing group, and would be that much more impervious to injury, especially if Diggs needs time to get to 100%. Bland, for one, has high expectations from Diggs. Per John Makota of The Athletic, Bland said this week, "I mean, a lot of people are not expecting what Trey is going to come back with. I know what Trey is going to come back with. It's going to be something dangerous, can't wait." What can the Cowboys expect from Ezekiel Elliott in 2024? After months of speculation, the Dallas Cowboys officially brought back former All-Pro running back Ezekiel Elliott on Monday. Signing Elliott had been floated by Jerry Jones for almost a year. But it was the Cowboys' approach to the position this offseason that turned rumors into reality. Dallas was initially expected to pursue a running back early in free agency. Of course, this did not happen, as the Cowboys got outbid, which we've definitely never heard before. Then, all 7 rounds of the NFL draft came and went, with no RB selection either. This left Dallas with few options. Bringing home the former top 5 pick was an easy and cheap fix. For obvious reasons, re-signing Elliott has caused heated debate amongst fans. And while both sides have reasonable arguments, we can at least all agree this gives the Cowboys some much-needed clarity at running back. Now it's time to focus on what Elliott could bring to his old stomping grounds this season. Expectations for him are all over the place, but let's go ahead and take a realistic look at what to expect from Zeke in 2024. What can Dallas expect from Elliott? To get a good idea of what the Cowboys may get out of Elliott, we have to look at his most recent production. Of course, that came in New England. I have a soft spot for Elliott, but you can't ignore the limited success he had when running the ball for the Patriots, rushing for a career-low 3.5 yards per carry. Big runs and consistent gains were just not there for him. That stat has been steadily decreasing for Elliott since the 2019 season. The question is, was the 2023 career low because of his deficiencies or New England's?